I was gloriously, profoundly happy as a child, which may seem odd. A spaced-out kid, I lived in my own fantasy world. I sometimes wandered across the forest, or climbed trees to watch rabbits or hear the breeze. I liked this distance and sense of being elsewhere. Despite this peaceful life, I struggled with a darker shadow. Drug usage plagued me from 14 to 24. I went to rehab after those turbulent years and followed the suggested regimen, attending meetings, immersing myself in therapy, and listening to others. I fell into a terrible depression 4 years after recovery. During this moment, a strong yearning to escape life emerged. My pain was so great that I wanted to leave this earth. This was not only about abstaining from drugs or losing fun. It was a struggle with life itself, which many face. It was terrifying and weird. I battled sadness, feeling that the universe had abandoned me. I collapsed 100 yards from home on a memorable day. My body ached, my heart faltered, and my blood flow stopped while alone and immobilized. Breathing became a distant memory, and the anguish seemed like my spirit was about to leave my body. I realized my position was more than just a disease at this point. It seemed like death was approaching. I gave up. Each detachment from my body showed a realm unlike any contemplative out-of-body experience. These words cannot express this exit from bodily life. In this transitional condition, I realized that my borders with everything else, my body molecules, sand grains, trees, and wind, were fading. A complex flow of energy and chemicals permeated everything. I saw the universe as a continuum of energy with different electric current densities. As I entered this profound level, the discomfort subsided and was replaced with a calm euphoria better than any drug-induced high. It was unmatched ecstasy. This profound realization led to life assessment, acceptance, and surrender. In this energetic dimension, my limitations seemed to vanish. Understanding that we all have the same energy helped me transition through various densities. As my consciousness evolved, I saw physical reality from a new perspective and moved through a swirling maze of uncertainty. Each question I asked was answered immediately. I sensed an incomprehensible essence of being, a boundless fountain of energy unshackled by corporeal limitations, in the dark abyss ahead. As I traveled towards this realm and its future phases, a beacon of light metaphorically illuminated my path. At this luminosity, I saw myself as a radiant energy body, an internal light linked to a powerful source. This knowledgeable creature illuminated my questions. My consciousness survived my corporeal death. I still heard my thoughts and asked inquiries as if I were in my former state. To my relief, I emerged from the tunnel into a realm where the entity talked with me and I could perceive the surrounding energy fields, merging our consciousnesses in a dance of understanding. I found it amazing that each question appeared to evoke its own pictures and vibrations, almost like complicated frequencies. When asking about persons or emotions, brilliant colors and whirling energy currents appeared. It seemed that every idea and emotion had its own vibration, hue, density, current, and velocity. Everything was vibrant and energetic. In this heightened state of consciousness, I met other spirits and saw many realms with different possibilities. I reached a profound neutrality where I could pursue my soul's journey for joy, growth, or other experiences. It was the most blissful feeling I had ever experienced. Along with this enormous joy was an intense curiosity and a persistent desire for growth. I had a crucial choice. I realized how much I loved the earth, my loved ones, and the adventures I wanted to have. It was clear I wanted to return. I saw other spirits floating around, and I felt a strong longing to return to the corporeal world. No debate was needed. The choice was made immediately. The thing appeared to understand my request and began returning immediately. After returning, I felt like I had spent hours talking to the creature, but the doctor said it was only 30 minutes. I breathed and lay on the ground with sand on my face. I felt flies and insects crawling over me. To get air and shout for aid, I crawled and stood with struggle. Earth seemed so big that a plane would need to fly over it. As I left, the earth shrank to a grain of sand. I observed its vitality, color, and electricity currents, but not its actual shape. I didn't notice Earth's blue color, tall trees, huge lizards, or golden sands. Instead, I watched the colors, tremors, and speeds. These energy signatures helped explain Earth and its environs. Different places had different colors and vibrations. Sometimes, like Earth, I already knew this fundamental knowledge by being there. No more research was needed. Realizing I was returning was enlightening and discouraging. I felt free to select any course when the entity opened to neutrality or a cosmic way station. This place emphasized the necessity of focus, being deliberate about your path. It was unclear whether each potential course was physical or non-physical, but I could sense its essence. The varying densities and colors gave me distinct rooms or experiences, including Earth, which I had lately visited. Wide open doors allowed for easy movement. However, I was traveling with my soul or a portion of it. I felt like it was part of my soul. Earth's vibrations were more appealing than others. This may have been owing to my past experiences or its particular attraction. Earth felt the most thrilling. Over time, I've learned to be careful with my thoughts because of their power. I understood the power of thought after years of struggling to understand certain concepts. I discovered immortality and eternity, which was profound. After returning, I eagerly shared this newfound insight with friends and family. I advised them against dwelling on fate or death. Simple advice: relax and let things happen. Life here is much easier when you relax. However, others didn't always share my view. Reintegrating into the physical world, including a 9-to-5 job, was difficult. Despite such incredible experiences, I am undergoing transition just as the globe. But this profound understanding of immortality anchors me. Death doesn't bother me. The worst that could happen, die? Actually, it's not too bad, like pressing a cosmic reset button. I can relive that joy and start over. Not necessarily wrong. I stay grounded by reminding myself not to take life too seriously. Knowing I returned was another important lesson. This time, I remembered my option. After a heart attack and lasting discomfort, I was glad to return. Knowing you don't die and chose to return should be comforting. What is this place we inhabit? Just a rock hurling through space at high speed. So why worry? The true issue? I had my first heart attack in the countryside, distant from medical aid. The doctor immediately called an ambulance for a heart attack. I pleaded for relief in severe anguish. My family alerted medics of my past, suggesting an overdose. Painkillers were avoided for fear of overdose. I desperately needed release, but here I was, struggling with human restrictions after experiencing something beyond. It was a revelation. Why had I returned here? I realized I was again facing human limitations and the physical world. This episode showed the power of focus, intention, and expectation. These teachings changed my life. Positive and negative beliefs are drawn to expectation. I discovered that my focus, whether on Earth or the spiritual source I had left, had great impact. I immediately felt a shift as I surrendered to the physical domain and reconnected with my non-physical existence. I left my body again and entered the same universe. It was different this time. I was lost in life's beauty with few questions. Only that exquisite state was experienced. However, interest returned quickly. The desire to move, expand, and evolve was constant. The road never ends. I was frustrated when the medics resurrected me for the first time. You disregard me when I'm alive, and now you're stopping me from being on the other side. What's this? I felt like they were undecided about my fate. After they gave me morphine and other drugs, I thought, this is trivial compared to addiction. Not a real choice, just another mental struggle. I changed greatly from this encounter. I altered my behavior and, most importantly, mentality. My loving family helped me start this new chapter. I realized I didn't have time or energy to share my experiences. I needed to implement and integrate these lessons into my life. Aligning with myself and seeking happiness became my priority. I learned that true satisfaction improves my life and others. Accepting myself became crucial. In my youth, I was shallow and obsessed with Hollywood and cinematic stardom. After my heart attack, I realized I needed to be heart-centered and listen to my voice. God, the great plan, life force, energy, and love are in all we do, whether we realize it or not. If I were an actress, astronaut, painter, or surfer, I would want to delve into each role concurrently, to completely enjoy each without judgment. Live each moment fully. I forget how this idea came to me, but its essence is clear. Embrace your inner self's delicate, brilliant energy. Let go, and the appropriate route will appear. Just be joyful and realize that it's your right. You can easily find joy if you let yourself. Take care of yourself. I tell my coworkers to seek tranquility and let it find you.